morning. Once you know that whatever is expressed is an expression, and an expression is a something. So once you know that, you are just to remain quiet. Even silence becomes an expression. So, I mean to say, nothing expressed can be taken for real or for not going to change with time, with events, with circumstances. And actually one searches something which doesn't depend on circumstances, which can be expressed by peace, one wants peace, or the silence which is not only a state. Words. Why to be impressed by words? Remembering I have Satsang probably. Anyway, if you have a word to tell me, I would be very happy to hear. So please, if there is anything which looks important to you in your mind or feelings, if it is about the search, if it is about something which is important for you, you please tell and ask, let's see what it is, and after satsang is for that, after all. It's to be freed from questions, the tyranny of the mind. Tyranny of the mind is through questions and through answers. So, let's see, together. Meanwhile, you have time to think. One. Two.
Ganga,
Where are you?
here.
Ah,
I have a question about, when Papaji went to Ramana and he said Krishna is not for real, and when Karl Renz goes to Arunachala and sees that he's not the light he thought he is, there's still something in me that waits to understand something of this, what I hear from the stories of the ones.
no,
Yeah.
you will never find reading the stories. You have to read your own story. You have to see. You have to see what you live, where you feel stuck or where you feel happy, and if it can be questioned or not. You will not. Stories are very important to inspire, but your story will be different. And if you really want to solve your own search, finally you have to see your own story, if there is any. I think it's quite enough to have those two examples, for example, to show you that one has been stuck in some belief, in some experience which were looking much more real than another. For example, it was to be with Krishna or to be the light. And it looked so much the background that for a while it was absolutely not questionable. And for some funny reason, who knows what, that conviction was shaken. One was with a saying of Ramana, the other was, I don't know, he speaks of Arunachala, whatever it is, I don't care about that. So it has been questioned suddenly. And that being questioned leaves the conviction that it was something, that it was something, a final something. So it's to be freed. The story shows that finally it's to be freed from any experience, any conviction. So where lies your conviction or your experience?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It is. Ask for yourself. It can be also anything, it's so personal, but knowing you, it can be also that the relation between disciple master will make it.
Yeah, that's my story.
That's your
Absolutely.
story. So from there, look. A disciple is not that he became the best disciple. The disciple, when he's fulfilled, is when he's no more a disciple.
Yeah, and that's definitely my story. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know what to do now. You are waiting for what? You have a little more time to think. She's compassionate. Well, maybe not compassionate. So what was the next? Ah, it's you.
Yeah, so I was just feeling that the worm is in the apple somewhat, but
Since long.
yeah,
He's fat, no? He's, okay.
going some other directions now.
So I hear you now. But there is still a apple.
Yeah, so it's something about some ending point.
Oh,
This whole story.
ending point.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Like the final question, the final something, forget it. The mind is so clever that he has always an extra final waiting. There is no final because you have not to attain anything. So where is the worm now? Because you see with the mind, I like the image. Okay, it was a worm in the apple is bigger than the worm. After it is the worm which takes the shape of the apple, he has eaten the whole thing. But then what? There is a worm too much. Because it was in the mind. It was a story in the mind. So there was never a story, actually. That's what I say, there was never a story. Mm-hmm. You see, one drops the seeking, the search, the object of search, and the seeker, because it's all in the mind.
So what it is that I make.
Sorry?
So what I do is my whole life, I put it always on the outer form, be it always a master, always a guru. There's always a dualism. There's always the one who knows and I'm always the one who doesn't know.
Yeah, okay, that was a story.
But I'm really fed up with it too.
But who tells you that you are obliged to keep that story? Who tells you? Not me.
You're saying I do this myself.
Well,
right?
obviously. It's a
But you say there
belief.
is no end to the story.
Of course there is an end. What is this? This is a belief. Then if you follow that belief, you will never, you will always be a disciple, and there will always be a guru that you admire, that is better than you, and you will never realize yourself to keep quiet.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I do. And I'm really also fed
I
up
tell
with it.
you, enough with the story. So you trust me or not?
Yeah, I do.
Why you came?
Yeah,
because
I
you
trust
consider me as a guru for you.
Yes, you are.
Okay,
You
and
are.
that guru says, now you drop the story.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You started talking about stillness. So if I ask you what is important to do these times, what would you suggest?
Keep
Which
quiet.
action?
To keep quiet because in English, les jeux sont faits. The games are over or done, already done. I mean, I don't know if you understand. Yeah. Keep quiet.
Stay in your heart. You mean staying in your heart?
Well, keeping
Keep quiet.
keeping quiet is only in the heart, I think. And even in the heart, not the physical heart. It's just a way to say, keep quiet. Yeah. It's more powerful than anything else. Ramana is known why? Because they kept quiet. There were also wars and whatnot. That was his natural power. And this is in everyone. Only don't interfere with your mind, that's all. Now, keeping quiet, it doesn't mean that you may not be an amazing activist in this world, but that will not be your choice. So keep quiet, and whatever comes up, out, let it be.
Thank you.
Yes. I see, I see. Hi. Buen día.
Bon dia. Once we have been shown who you are, or remember who we are no longer a seeker.
If you remember, yes, you are
But
still.
once we forget, we are again a seeker.
Even when you remember, why do you go to your memory? It's a seeker only who goes to the memory. It's better, it's second best in a way. But the first best is just to be, just now. And are you in your mind when you are just now?
No, of course not. It was just to try to understand your words when you say you still a seeker, or you are no longer a seeker, because sometimes
So it's clear now?
on that basis, yes.
You see, the remembrance will always go back to a certain specific way to experience. What did I say? The memory, or the remembrance. So already that is fall. But I say second best, because if you are still a seeker, it's better to be attracted towards the source rather than towards objects, since it is your search. But you have to hear that it will never be a result of the mind. It will never show up in the mind. So you keep quiet.
That keep quiet can be a kind of observating the game.
A kind of what?
Observation the game.
Observating?
Mind or mind.
But you know, it's difficult with words. Keeping quiet is an indication. It's not like a landing place, keeping quiet. What to say? I keep quiet. Give her the mic, please.
You see, what I'm saying is, it's a behavior of 50 years. I'm exposing myself
My
in a few
dear,
words
who cares?
of anger and also of being frustrated, but also having a
Yes.
benefit by it. You see,
Yes,
This
that's
is
what I
just a
say.
few-
Wow, what a luck to drop it.
But I'm just so. You say drop. You see, that's what I'm saying. It's like 50. I do all this, landscapes after landscapes, from bliss to absolute frustration. This whole thing.
We all
Yeah.
have known that.
Yeah, of course.
know?
Now you say drop it. Yeah, that's what you say.
Yeah. You want to suffer more?
No,
Drop it.
that's the same. And then the question is how, and then you will say
How
there is
you
no
go back? How belongs to the story. If you go into how, you stay in the story.
Yes.
Don't listen to your mind, which is the story. You believed in the story that it's an attainment, knowing very well it's not an attainment, but it's not an attainment.
Right.
It's in the story. It's just bullshit. The mind doesn't know. It cannot never know because he's dual by nature. So now you keep quiet. And you don't feed your story. Even the collapsing, the experience of everything collapses all these 50 years is in the story. So imagine, really keep quiet. That's all about. Satsang that you followed all your life. It's all about this. Now you can hear if you like. It's there.
Oui. I think I would share one thing that I don't know how to say it. I think it's a very big luck if there is whatever circumstance is in the life that I can, if I want to keep quiet wherever I am, and what is extra to me is in satsang or not in satsang is that I'm able to keep quiet. That's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So because there is only this person I am in my life when I can decide that I am being busy with the life, and when I just decide, okay, that's enough, or I just do whatever, but I decide I don't.
Okay.
I'm not busy. I just don't care, and I keep quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for me the very valuable thing to whatever worry, not worry, whatever is like. Okay, but
Very nice. Yeah, great.
I guess I must have asked for this. It appeared in my hand. I'd like to go. I just want to go back a little bit in this stream that we're in at the moment, kind of to where Sharda started.
Yeah.
She spoke about Ramana's and Papaji's sort of meeting in which Ramana said that, "Do you see Krishna here now?"
Yeah. Yeah.
This to this.
Yeah.
And in the last couple of years, I had an opportunity to go to Assisi
Yeah.
in Italy a couple
Yeah.
of times. And I was once there with Swami Atmananda. I
Yeah.
went on a retreat with him there. And getting close to St. Francis was really wonderful to be in that environment, to go all the places where Francis meditated and where he had
Yeah.
cathartic and experiences and visions and so on. And the first kind of link that I found, and I didn't quite understand it, but I liked it so much, was something that Francis said is, that which you're looking for is that which is looking.
Aha.
That which you are
Yeah.
seeking is that
Yeah.
which is seen.
Wonderful.
What you're looking for is what's
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah.
So stop there. Stop there and be the seer, and then drop the seer and be. And I kind of, but what I found interesting anyway, because the mind keeps going on with curiosities,
Yeah.
St. Francis, I think, wasn't expressing an invite to truth per se, like what we're doing here, I think he saw Christ all the time. Or
He saw what?
Christ, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
The one on the cross, mainly, I think is what he saw. And particularly there's a cross where in the monastery where painting.
It was his context.
In this context. And so I think for Francis, and I'll end it here, I think Francis was actually seeing Christ and saying that's what you are looking for to his fellow companions, is that which is looking, i.e. Jesus Christ in a vision at you.
Ah.
And so in some ways he wasn't pointing out the invited truth, he was pointing out a visualization that he was having because he regularly had
Okay.
visions. So I only thought that that might be helpful in some way because it stuck with me over these years, over these past couple of years since I started going into the invited view.
What stacks in you?
It's striking me that you can alternate between a visionary and an
okay.
empty, a vision and empty, vision and or whatever source and manifestation in a limited zone and without having everything appear. But if you know you're having visions of Christ, good on you, or Buddha or other things that don't scare you anyway. So anyway, I thought I don't know if that's helpful or not, but whenever I have when you were talking together, I came back to this saying that which you're looking for is that which is looking, and that's the one I settle into when I get quiet. That's the hook that I take to draw myself into being quiet.
Yeah.
Come back to that which is looking.
Yeah.
And it's nameless and it's formless and it's...
But for me, if I didn't know all the story you told, what he said was just the same, exactly the same than what Ramana said. Now, with his context and all that, who knows, he expresses in a different way. I don't know what he meant, but it looked to me very nice, what he said, and I don't see there any particular religion or religious thing. It's just a direct expression. And the rest, you know, everybody has his own story and own context. But that's why one cannot imitate the story of somebody else, because the context is always different, and so on. It doesn't mean that the context is it. It's just an expression. I don't know if I answered your question too, but you didn't ask a question actually.
It was sort of...
Does it? What I say is you understand or not?
Yes, yeah, of course. You could, I mean, we've also been told over decades that we are our own gurus, and that you're your own guru and become your guru, and you are.
Yeah, but sometimes we need the voice of someone else or something else.
Indeed, yeah. But it makes me feel sort of compassion and a little bit of sorrow to hear the frustration of getting so close and seeing a sister who I love having difficulties. I think this is like that comes to me in a certain way to respond from an emotional point of view.
But maybe she's all right.
Well, there you go. I think she is. Yes. And that's that, right. I thought she's all right, so I'm not going to worry about it. That's it. Thank you.
You don't need to have the cross of her pain.
Yeah, I have to, yeah.
Or if you do, no, okay, I carry the cross of her pain.
Ooh, there's a heavy one. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah?
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 Well, I do sense you did mention the word accomplishment, but I don't feel an accomplishment. I do feel a failure.
Because you still want to feel something.
Yeah,
that's in the story.
Yeah, that's
again.
the story. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay, I heard you. Shut up.
I don't oblige you to shut up. I speak, and I will always reply also.
And thank you so much.
I don't ask you to obey. That is the story again. If I reply to you, it's just that maybe it's an opportunity to drop the story. It's not because you will obey. It's just like you wake up. We never know how one wakes up anyway. Maybe you will wake up with Donkananda after Satsang. Yeah, we don't know.
I am aware that it is not obedience that will work. Thank you, Ganga, for answering. Thank you.
I can't stop to answer. That's a problem. Oops. She likes coffee too. My brother, fly. Yes, please.
I also wanted to. I got it here.
It's on the way. Yeah.
I just feel it sometimes to connect, to open up and connect and say hi or something.
Hi. Now you're connected?
No,
We plugged.
but maybe they are just gone.
Happy?
I'm good actually.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You still search for something? Apart from in the life, I mean. You still search some amazing enlightenment?
I don't know really. I don't know.
Oh, but don't you know?
Sometimes I do.
And you believe yourself when you do?
Yeah, when I do, yes.
And when it's gone, where are you left?
Nowhere really.
Mm-hmm. When this comes that you are searching, what do you do then? In which direction do you go?
Sometimes I really go with it, just to see how it tastes and feels.
But you will never. It will be a fake taste. You don't know that? If it is in the mind, it's all fake.
That is good advice.
So now that I told you that, it will not be so tasty, I guess.
It's good.
You see, when one is born, his life will be only experiences. One runs after experiences. It's the only thing which is available, experiences. So of course, if you hear for some reason who you are, you will never experience it. It's like, what is this Chinese language? And then you find that there is maybe something there. But it shakes all the expectations of the mind, of course. Because the mind wants always an experience, otherwise is not present. Hmm? Who you are is not an experience. You are it. If it is an experience, you become it. It's so easy, no? To figure it out after all. Hmm.
Something sometimes wants to have some sort of taste, like even emptiness or.
Yeah, but it's
but I know
bullshit.
it's yes,
Yeah,
I know.
okay, you know it.
Yes, because I can see that.
Okay, you know it. Then honor what you see. Honor that you know it. Hmm? Yes. Don't play too much. It's very risky, you know. A little bit of that taste. Enough. Yeah?
Yes.
Great. Like this we connect.
Yeah. So it felt like a bit stupid in the beginning to just say hi, but it made actually
But it
sense.
brings this.
Yes.
So thank you to have been stupid. It brings this. You see? Very good. Very good. Okay. So we can pass on. It was there. Hello.
Hello. There are flies everywhere trying to land on something tasty. And I just really appreciate that you won't let them land.
I gulped them. Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
Hello, Ganga Mira. Can I come a little bit closer?
If you like, yeah, sure. Ganga will be enough. It's okay, but okay. Okay.
Yeah, I also felt inspired by Yoshi to just come forward, and because I've never been here also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. And also there's some excitement, and I felt, yeah, just use this opportunity. Yeah.
To what? For what?
When you said be quiet, And also this question came, are you still seeking? Very often this feeling or this idea is here that something should not be here. Like tension in the body is specifically, like unpleasant tension.
In the body.
And then there's this inner fight somehow, like an inner fight, something, it's like inquiring, paranoid, doing paranoid inquiry, like who I am, who is aware of this tension, can that which is aware of the tension, is that suffering, or is there something else suffering? You know, like,
Don't give answers. Just keep quiet where you see those things. Don't go farther.
yeah, it always feels like a mix, you know? Like
Mix of what?
something is here that is aware that there's like this inner fight, like,
Yeah, okay.
and still this feeling, I don't want to feel it, like, you know what I mean?
And what do you want? You don't want to feel bad.
Yeah, like I don't want to feel all this.
Yeah, but then it means you want to feel good in your body, and
Yeah.
this I cannot promise.
It just creates immediately suffering. Something is suffering a lot when this tension is here.
Of course, if you are not well, it's suffering. But you see, if you want to be well, which is normal, it's human, it's another thing you try to do. There are many practices or whatever means to be a bit better. Now it's another thing, you see, when you ask who am I, for example, it is not who am I as a person. This question is to remove the question, the root of all the questions. It's not to get an answer, it's to remove the root of all the questions.
Yes.
So you have to leave behind all what you know and all your expectations. Try.
Trying.
But also you see, all this is a story. All this is a story. As long as you want to fix the story, you will be in the story. And you will know changes and frustrations, attainments and all that. That's in the story. What is said in Satsang is, what's pointed out is, listen, of course there is a story passing by and which appears and disappears and reappears, but who are you? And without landing in any answer, otherwise it feeds the story. That's the direction.
What I can say is that I am aware, like there's awareness.
Yeah, but to be aware, it's somebody who is aware, that will die with you. I am aware I drink coffee, I am aware of the vastness of things, I am aware I am whatever. I am aware of, that dies with you. Do you search for that? Ah, then why do you continue then?
It's a habit.
Ah, okay. So as soon as you see the habit, keep quiet, just stop. That's a good laughter. I know it. Yeah, so much effort for what? I mean. Very nice.
Oh my god.
Very nice.
Can I sit here a little bit?
Yeah, take this and go there.
It's okay, like this.
No, go there.
Can I ask something again?
Of course.
You said honor this, and I was thinking, how do I honor this?
Being it. So you are not there.
So I cannot really honor this.
If you want to argue, that's the mind. We are connected or?
Can I?
So,
it has to do with about free expression, about talking, saying things, and then I see afterwards I start thinking. That's a big habit, I think. Then I start overthinking what I said and do.
Yeah.
So that's for me, and I see that I really like to have the free expression, and not to that I can leave it by that.
Okay. If it is your goal, you do it.
Yeah. But I want to say that.
Okay, I heard it. That's it. That was fun. I heard you. He's deeply participating.
Yeah, that'll be the microphone.
Well, his voice is good enough. He's not asking questions, he's just expressing freely. Yes.
I don't know how, but I somehow see that the life is not having this end because it was never about the life. It looks something completely different than the life. I don't know, I think I just, because it's also said that everything is dead, but it looks also something so different than the story of the life that this is the only thing that I wonder about.
Maybe don't make differences between life and not life. Which ideal, which example you have in mind? The life of Ramana.
No, I don't have an example.
You have your own example.
No.
Don't make differences, you see. I mean, differences are in the mind, yeah? And that is the trouble. We are troubled because of those differences. It's only in the mind. So what is your question?
I just see so clearly that this is not in the mind or not in the story of the life.
Okay. Then where is it? You are it. So don't search. It's not in the mind, it's not. Don't search anymore. You are it. And that's enough. Don't try to figure it out. Don't make differences. This is all mind. You are. So no, whenever something pops up as a difference, as this or that, it's just the mind. You are always it. Whatever it means, but you are always it. Sure? Yeah? You give it.
Hi.
funny to hear my voice in the speakers. For me, it's the first time here.
Yeah. Okay.
I was wondering, do I want to ask a question or do I just want to listen?
You can ask. Why not?
Yeah, definitely.
If you have one, I mean.
Yeah. I would like to learn a little bit more about the soul.
The soul.
The soul.
The soul, yeah. Generally speaking, we call the soul the spirit in a person, a spirit. What does it mean? It's personal, but at the same time it's not attached to the body-mind. But there is something, it's personal, because it's I have my soul. My soul tells me this. You see, so there is still something personal there. And
so if we speak about our own soul, is it also part of our own story when we tell ourselves? For example, there's the soul path, soul partner.
yeah,
whatever.
sure, it is in the story. Sure. Absolutely. That's why I insist in telling it is belonging to someone. So someone's soul. Yeah. But you see, if you connect with the soul, it means you connect more than with the body, or you connect more than with the mind. There are, in the mind, as I call mind, whatever appears and disappears is mind for me. There are so many levels. And of course, the soul is a very subtle level, let's say, where you connect. But it is still in the mind.
So would you say there's a possibility to know when you're connected to your soul without your mind being involved?
I didn't understand the question. A possibility to connect?
To be aware that you are connected with your soul without your mind interfering it or being involved, putting...
But if you speak of the soul, it is the mind. A subtle mind. You can have a charismatic soul, you can have a religious soul, you can have a... Generally, you don't say if you are atheist, I have an atheist soul, but maybe. It has qualities. It's the mind. In your own story. Yeah.
Ganga.
Ragata.
Yes. Talking about soul.
I knew you will jump on it. Yeah, tell me. Tell me.
Would you say that if the soul is a very subtle mind, personal, still personal, does it die?
Of course. Otherwise it would not be personal. Whatever is personal dies with you.
Okay. And what about these sense when it seems that in a meeting or something it's more than in this present life?
Oh yeah, but I spoke of many levels of the mind. Many levels of the mind. Spirituality is also a level of the mind, very, very subtle.
Yes.
I mean, which looks like having no connection with the materiality, and yet it is still in the mind. No, if, because the language may not be always Advaitic, because the context of that person is not an Advaitic, and someone says my soul, meaning who I am, that's maybe it's also acceptable as not being belonging to someone. But then you don't speak of connecting and the soul of the somebody else and all that, because here, where is I and where is you? So generally speaking, if you speak of soul, it's in the mind.
Yeah, I can understand that as we express something, it's bound to be from the mind.
Anyway.
But,
so what you wanted to say, tell me. You wanted to speak, but tell me what?
I find it difficult to have this idea that when I'm born or when anyone is born as a clean slate.
As a what?
As a clean slate.
What does it mean?
Page blanche.
Hein?
Une page blanche.
Ah, une page blanche. He's not born as a clean. You believe that?
No, I don't. That's why.
Ah.
So it must be that it comes from somewhere, right?
Because the mind cannot conceive something else.
All right.
Okay.
But still, there seems to be some luggage that we come in with.
Yeah, it looks like otherwise. What is a birth? It's some luggage, something.
All right. So then it reverberates to the question: does the soul die? Isn't there something subtle? I know you don't like that.
No, it's not that, but it's hard. It's a French question. As the soul dies. I mean, who is there knowing he has a soul when he dies? Who will be there to know he has a soul or not?
Yeah, that I agree.
Oh, but then, no. Still, I like it. I am of the same culture, you know. Anyway, somebody else. No? Hurry up. Why not? What about you? You laugh.
Yes, what about me? You can have my story.
Ah, no. Okay, I'm very, very compassionate. I will tell you, yes, my dear, I take your story, but I don't believe in it, so. Very good. Okay. But no, I don't believe in it. I don't need luck.
Thank you.
Ganga?
Where are you? Yeah. Last minute, huh?
Because with this, with the story,
Always last minute. Okay, tell me.
I was just being like, what's the story still in me, or what's if there's a story, and I think the only thing like what was coming is that there's that wanting to get rid of suffering. That's been like the main thing of like if there's a wish or for really something.
Yeah, but you got coming to satsang. You got many tours to maybe not go there.
But what I see is more like, maybe it's just like in life and that's normal, that's still wants to. That's the thing, like wanting to get out of suffering in life and wanting to be happier, and that seems to keep.
That's
running.
very human. It would be a sick human to want to suffer. It's normal. One wants to be happy. No problem with that also. Why not? But you have to see that you cannot be always happy, that's sure. And that's why often one searches for what's what.
What I'm saying now is that, yeah, if in life that wish is there to be happier, then it's okay, and then if there's suffering also, it's okay.
Even if it is not okay.
And even if it's not okay. Yeah. Thank you.
The last one. No?
Last one. My concern is today, why is it so complicated to make choices? Even if I know that we can be quiet, I can be quite still and listen to myself, not letting the mind telling me the answer.
Attachments,
Yes,
desires,
not so
attachments,
easy. Not so easy.
the sense of fulfilling something, and all that keeps one, of course, busy with the life. Sure.
But choices, there are so many
It's the same.
possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
To make choices, even if you try not to think with the mind, you can think that you can consider there is so many possibilities. So why is it so hard to make choices?
Because there are many possibilities.
That's what I think. Thank you for confirming.
Ganga, I heard of you just recently, and I only want to express my gratitude for the silence. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love you anyway.